like the siren of a cop car.
So I'm out with what is so far my scooter of the year, the Nami Klima. If you're not aware, my full review for this scooter is actually up on Rider Guide's channel, the channel that used to be Electric Scooter Guide. I work for them full time, but everything I do over here on Arcanine Rides is my own independent content, isn't affiliated with them at all. But they have allowed me to borrow models from the office and review the ones, or at least do quick reviews on the ones that I want. I will link the original review down in the comments so you can see a deep dive into all the features and everything. But I really wanted to show you guys this scooter because it is absolutely mind-blowing how fun this scooter is to ride. So there are two things that I think this scooter does better than anything else at the price or in this class of scooter. The first is acceleration. So I'm in the highest X mode, but there's an additional turbo mode that you turn on by holding this plus button, but you have to be moving to like legitimately turn it on. So I'm gonna turn that on now. And this has a 0 to 30 time of under 5 seconds. Which puts it on par with scooters 2 times its price. Not even exaggerating. I mean, there's $4,000 to $6,000 scooters that don't accelerate as fast as this scooter. It just pulls so hard, right? Like it's instant power. It feels like driving an electric car. Like electric scooters generally kind of have that no lag acceleration, but they don't pull the same way cars do. Except this one does. It's just instant. You just boom, you look down and all of a sudden you're at 40 miles an hour. It's an absurd pull. The other thing that this does better than any other scooter at the price is the suspension. The Cushy slow rebound of this suspension just keeps it so planted on the ground and makes it so comfortable to ride. I know scooter manufacturers, they like to talk about, you know, automotive grade materials and stuff. But this has an automotive grade feel. It's so confidence inspiring. It's just pure. I don't even have the words to describe how pure it is. It's just pure raw speed and pull. And it's got the brakes to back it up. These Logan brakes feel so good. You know, you get a little bit of adjustment when you need it. And if you need to lock the wheels up and come screeching to a halt in an emergency, like, you can do that. The other big upside of this Klima is that, relatively speaking, it's nice and compact. Like, you can stick this in a car really reasonably. I stick it on the back seat of my Volkswagen Jetta with no issues. And that's the one thing that this does better than the Bernie 2 Max, which is probably my favorite scooter ever, with the Klima being a close second as far as like how it actually feels to ride. The Klima overall as a daily scooter ride, and like having the flexibility of the you know, the portability and the ability to fold it up small, I think I would pick this over the Bernie 2 Max as a scooter to own and daily. The Bernie 2 Max though has the acceleration of the Klima, but a higher top speed and an even better ride feel. Go the opposite direction instead. I think a good parallel for this scooter, like in the automotive world, would be like a Ford GT or a McLaren, where it's like they're not doing anything super luxury. They're not focused on, you know, having top of the line technology and an entertainment system and the most amazing sound system and like super you know, luxury leather seats and that kind of thing. They're focused on like, this is a sports car. This is made to be driven fast. This is made to be driven on a track. And the Klima has that feel. This is like what you ride if you're a pure, true scooter rider. Like, all you care about is that you have a scooter that is as addicting as possible to ride. That makes you want to spend every single second of the day out on it. It's actually comical how fast the scooter is. I want to try and get alongside some cars or whatever to like show you how hard this pulls. Every time I rode this when I was testing it, and I stopped at a stoplight like this, like there wasn't a car that could keep up with it. Like, I know people aren't like, you know, flooring the accelerator, they're trying to conserve their gas or whatever, but it still is extremely fun to see. I think it baffles people a little bit how fast it is. I mean, I was parked next to a car at the light and it's a good 200 feet behind me already. Be even better if it wasn't so windy. The wind's so bad it can like almost slow me down enough for this corner without having to brake. Oh, I also wanted to talk about the geometry and like the sizing of this scooter, because, you know, it fits in a car, but the handlebars are nice and tall. Like, it's very, like, they thought about taller riders with this. You don't have to crouch over the top of these bars at all. You can tell it's been made by a scooter enthusiast. The scooter's made by someone who rides scooters. And Michael Shaw, I believe his name is, I believe he's the owner of Nami, or like the lead designer or whatever. He clearly knows what he's doing. It's so refreshing. I love that it can also be a really gentle, pleasant scooter when it wants to too. You know, this throttle style, the sine wave controllers mean that you can, keep in mind, this is in the maximum turbo mode. I can just put along nicely. A nice 10 miles an hour if I need to. And then I can, you know, send it all the way to the floor if I need to. The sine wave controller also makes it actually really optimal for like racing and stuff. The square wave controllers are either on or off, and so like getting on the power early in a turn like might cause you to spin out with the square wave controller, whereas with the sine wave you got control over how much power you're putting down. This definitely like is a really, really good scooter for kind of track conditions. Woo! I thought that was sounded like the siren of a cop car. Let's see if we can beat this Audi off the line. This is the one that just screamed at us. All right, he actually tried cheating. I beat him the first 10 feet. Bro was trying to act all casual about it. He didn't look at me. Yeah, he was inching up. I'm not gonna get beat by some electric scooter. So good. I mean, I feel like I'd barely been riding, and this thing's already done like 12 and a half miles. 12 and a half miles, still 2/3 of the battery remaining. A little bit more of a mellow ride now along the bike trails. Nah. You know, like when you have a fast car and the suspension's so nice and it's a nice new modern car, and you kind of forget, like you lose track of how fast it's going, like on the highway. If you look down, you're like, oh crap, I'm doing 90, you know? That's how this scooter feels. I always look down and I'm always like, What the heck? I'm doing 30 miles an hour? It's funny how, what's the word? I don't know, desensitized to the speed you can get. It's a brilliant scooter. I've been watching too much British TV. Who says brilliant?